Hello and welcome to part 4 of the how to create a home out of shipping containers, or how to create a shipping container house in uMake. My name is Nico, and even though I promised we would do the roof and materials in the third tutorial, we actually got a little bit carried away by doing the windows on the front and back of the house. So we're going to do the roof and materials in this one, I hope. Anyways, up until now, I hope you have been able to follow and that your home is starting to look somewhat like this. If you have any comments or questions, definitely let us know. We want you to have fun and enjoy creating in uMake. All right, so in the first tutorial, we laid out the plan with the shipping containers that we got from the SketchUp warehouse. In the second one, we cut some holes in it. In the third one, we made the walls and the front and the back. And now we are going to add the roof. So to start off, actually, I want to add some windows to this roof support because I want to kind of seal it off. And to do that, I'm just going to simply select the edge curves here. I'm going to select this curve here and this curve here, and I can create a nice surface. So I'm going to tap create surface, and that will fill in a window. I'll do that here as well. And the reason that I'm doing it on the back side of this is I just think it'll look a little bit nicer, kind of give some recess to that glass. But it's a personal preference. You can feel free to add windows or add the glass wherever you want. That one requires a little bit more selection, so we'll do that over here as well. There we go. So that is sealed off on that one, and then we'll do the same thing over in the back here. So there you go. The back is now complete and closed off. So now the home has those windows there, and it's closed off. Got a lot of light that's going to come into this house. I think that'll be really beautiful if this were a real house. And now let's do the actual roof section. So I'm going to go back to the front view, and I'm just going to draw a curve like this. And then I just need to edit it, basically. Now I can bring it down, and I have it to snap right now to other curves. I'm going to turn that off. I just kind of want to make sure that the angle here is good. So I'm just going to follow this. And that looks about right. And now I can change how much I want the roof portion to go over. So I'm going to leave it about like that. That looks good to me. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to select this curve. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to turn symmetry on again, Z-axis. And that way, when I move this curve and the next few steps, everything will happen symmetrically, and that'll be really nice. So I'm going to move this curve up, and you can see that just because symmetry is on and I moved it, we have the curve on this side now. So we only had to draw one curve, and then just by moving it, it duplicated on the other side. Quick little hint for you. I'm moving this up because what I'm going to do here is I'm now going to move this curve to the front of the house, like that. And then I'm going to extrude this back, have it go over a little bit on the back as well, like that. Change the material. Let's make sure that this is not glass, but kind of another material. It can be anything. I just don't need the opacity. And the reason that I'm not worried about what this is now, and color-wise, we're going to add a material to it, a texture to it. So now the roof is hovering. It looks like it's hovering from the front view, and that's okay, because what we're going to do now is we're going to use the push-pull function, and we're just going to pull this in. The reason that I elevated it is you'll see that when I push pull, you'll get a nice clean seal up here. So I'm just going to pull this in. Come on. Just a little bit. And you can see that these overlap, and that's what I wanted. I wanted those to overlap. So now the roof is on the house. So we have a whole house that we have made. Nice little design there with everything is pretty much closed off at this point. All right. So now I want to come in and add some textures to this. Well, in the texture library, uMake has some cool roofing textures, so I want to use those. So I'm going to come in and go over to the photos area, go to textures here, and then I'm going to go to buildings. And in this category right now, by default, it's on walls, but we want to go to roofing. And we have these 4 different roofing textures. I'm going to use this blue one here. So I'm just going to tap on it and drag it out and drop it onto here. And I'll do that on the other side as well. There we go. And so now we have that roofing material, but it's looking a little big. That's a little too big for us and in the wrong orientation. So let's double tap this. We can tap edit photo and we're going to rotate this. Let's do 90 degrees. Okay, no, not 90. We want 270 for this one. Well, 270, not 263. There we go. It should snap usually. And then it still looks a little big, so we're going to turn on repeat, and we'll repeat it, and we'll do 3. That should be about correct. That looks good. And we're going to do the same thing over here. So tap here, tap edit photo. We're going to rotate this. 90 degrees might be, yep, 90 degrees works there. And then under repeat, we're going to use the same number, 3. Tap the green check mark when you're done, and the roof is on. So now the house has some nice roofing. There we go. Now we have this surface over here, and like I said, we could make a balcony there. Actually, I think on this one I did it on this side. Yeah, there we go. So we have this surface here. I said we'll make a nice balcony there. So I'm going to go back over and go to wood. And I have these nice kind of wood textures. I think I'm going to use new planks, and I'm just going to drag that over and drop it down like that. And the scale there actually looks pretty good. So I think I'm just going to leave it. So imagine that there's some nice wood planks here. And now, basically, I'm going to leave you there because this shows you the basics of how to get to a kind of nice structure and a relatively complete house. The rest of what you do is up to you. If you want to put some railings here, if you want to put some patio furniture on the balcony here, add some doors and things like that, that is totally up to you. Basically, the point of this tutorial series was to show you some concepts to enable you to get to a point here where then you can kind of start taking off and running on your own. So I hope you found these tutorials easy to follow and helpful. I hope that your house is looking really cool and that you're happy with it. If you have any comments or questions or feedback for us, definitely let me know or let us know in the comment section or send us an email. Or you can find us on our Facebook page, YouTube page, Twitter page, and Instagram. We love to hear from you guys. So anyways, happy creating, enjoy, and can't wait to see what you make using your shipping containers. Take care, guys. Have a great day.